Dun, 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 dun. Hey guys, we're back and better than ever.
We already did a video.
No, I'm included. I'm included. I was sick this past week. We've been moving. I'm finally back in the videos, and we're here to discuss Mission Impossible Fallout.
Alright, so this is the 6th installment of this franchise. This franchise has been going for over 20 years now. And I have to say, I feel like it just keeps going and getting better, and it's impressive.
It's amazing. I love this movie. Tom Cruise is just freaking amazing in this movie. He brings back all the charisma, his action-packed stunts. It's just amazing. I love this movie.
Yeah, I have to say, I don't really love Tom Cruise as an actor. I think he's a very strange person, and it throws me off in his acting. But in these movies, he's just born to play Ethan Hunt. His action sequences, and the fact that he's doing all of it, actually jumping out of planes and fighting people and driving cars, it is honestly really impressive.
It's super impressive. And from a person that's been a T. Cruise fan since, like, I don't know how old I was, I've loved all the Mission Impossibles. There were, number 2 is a little questionable, but, at the time I thought it was great. There's some really cool stunts in it, but this movie just stands out from all the rest to me. The cinematography is outstanding. It brings the action, really close. You're following it. It's just,
Yeah, I think that's the best part about this movie is the cinematography. They have some amazing shots in these amazing locations, some great aerial shots. Just a lot of it is so well made. This movie might be the best made Mission Impossible movie. It might not be my favorite film of the franchise, but I think it is the best made one.
It's the best of the franchise. I don't care what anybody says. It is. I love Rogue Nation, don't get me wrong, but this one's a little... I thought the acting was pretty solid in this film. Tom Cruise is Ethan Hunt. You can see him grow and how he is in this film. Like, you see, like, how everything else has affected him personally. And this comes, like, full circle in this one, especially with one of his ex-lovers.
Yeah, I liked that part of this film, that it kind of delved a little bit more into his personal life. I feel like the past 2 films, they introduced some love interest and stuff, but this one kind of harkened back to earlier films in the franchise and made you feel a little more for him, a little more personal stakes for him, instead of just being, it's the end of the world. There was more for him involved.
But you always felt like that with his, like, core group. Like, Luther has been there since the first film, which is crazy. Him and Luther all the way. And you can, like, see, like, that great bond. And then when Benji came on, there's another great bond. Like, they're all, like, a core group. Like, that's, like, family in the film.
Yeah, it had that kind of theme running throughout the movie. It almost had that Fast and Furious, like, this is a family group.
This is 1,000 times better than Fast and Furious.
But it had that where, like, the group of people, the main characters in the film, were a family looking out for each other, almost above what was going on with, the stakes in the film, where they were looking out for each other first and foremost.
I'm just going to put it out there. It's probably one of the best action movies we've had in a long time.
Yeah, it's a really solid. They don't make movies like this anymore. I feel like a lot of action films now are pretty lazy. You get your, like, hurricane heists and movies like that. Like, every once in a while you get a movie like this, or you get a movie like Skyfall, where they really go for it and make a really well-made action film.
Yes, the action, Tom Cruise, the acting, and all, like, the different cinematography and sequences are all great. I could see, like, where there's some cons, like the length of the movie, super long, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
No movie needs to be that long, to be honest with you.
That was probably my biggest con of the film. It's a very long movie. Very few movies can pull off being that long. Even some of my favorite movies, while I enjoyed maybe seeing them the first time, it's hard to watch again a movie that's two plus hours long. And yeah, it's still a fun film, but it's a long movie.
I did see it twice, so I mean, at least I saw it in the theaters twice, because I usually don't go see a movie twice in the theater.
And yeah, we saw it the first time in IMAX, and I have to say, if you can go see it in IMAX, I thought it looked really spectacular in that formatting.
And then also, I can see where other people have a little con, like in the story. It's always like the next stake, and it's kind of like the same plot as other action movies. But, like, to be honest, I mean, how many more plot sequences you have in action movies.
Yeah, I will say that was another thing I didn't love about it. The story itself is a somewhat generic story with, that world's gonna end type thing, and has its twists and turns like a Mission Impossible movie. But I think this movie was kind of made for fans of this franchise, and it does do the things that people enjoy in the movies, even though I'm not a humongous fan of the franchise. She is, and that's one of the reasons she loved the way that it was made.
It's such a shame he's not a fan. Anywho, so I would give this movie a solid 9.5 out of 10. That is really high. This is like Avengers Hill. Like, Mission Impossible Fallout is great. It's fantastic. I highly suggest go see it in the theaters. I honestly don't like seeing movies in theaters, and this one is a theater movie. Go watch it.
And it's worth it. I know MoviePass is collapsed and you can't use your MoviePass to go see it. It's worth paying the $10, $12 to go see it. It's a really good movie.
I mean, every time Tom Cruise is doing something, you're like on the edge of your seat. My heart's pounding, everything, because you just know, and you just feel everything he's doing in that moment. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, there's a lot of tension, especially in the third act. So if I were to review this movie, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I still think it's a really good movie. I don't think it's a world beater movie. It's good. It's probably my second or third. It's probably my second or third favorite movie in the franchise. I really like Rogue Nation, and I actually really do like Ghost Protocol. But it's definitely a good movie. It's definitely not a drop in the franchise or for Tom Cruise. Just a good movie.
T. Cruise, all the way. So that is our review for Mission Impossible Fallout. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Hopefully you loved it, because it is great. And I hope you come back and watch us again. Bye.
Bye.